Well, a miniaturist can actually do whatever they want for the course of the day. When you're in the world of miniatures, you can start with building, so you can be a carpenter, and then you can move on to an electrician because you play with the electrics. Then you can move on to an interior decorator because you want to wallpaper and carpet. Then you become a designer because you want to design how you want to lay out your furniture. And if you're like me, I love to play with cardboard. I do a lot of things in cardboard, so I'm called the cardboard queen. I like to create things in cardboard. I like to teach people how to make things without spending a lot of money and saving them money for the things that they can't make themselves. So the day of the miniaturist, as you can see, is varied. You can actually play at anything. It's not one craft, it's actually every craft you can name, you can do it in the world of miniature.
Where did it all begin?
It all began in 1996. In 1996, I went back to England. It would have been our first visit back since we emigrated in 91. And we were invited for dinner at my sister-in-law's house. I walked in, my sister-in-law being a lot older than me, walked into the lounge and there was a doll's house in the corner of the lounge. I wasn't sure whether I was supposed to laugh or consider that she was telling me there were some children somewhere that I didn't know about. So I said, "Why have you got a doll's house in your lounge?" She said, "Open the doors." I opened the doors, I looked inside, and I just looked at my husband and said, "I have to have one of them." He said, "Oh dear," and the rest, as they say, is history. The next day we were off to Doll's House Emporium in Ripley, and I bought my first doll's house, which was called the Manor House. We had it shipped over to Australia. It arrived in, I believe, March 1997. And again, I just started building and thought, this is an absolutely wonderful hobby. Started trying to track down how to buy miniatures, where to go, tried to join a couple of clubs, managed to join one. Found a couple of shows that I could attend, but back then we didn't have the internet, so it was a little bit difficult. I had to wait every year for this particular show to come up. And somewhere down the path I decided, it'd be pretty good if I had a miniature shop. So I asked my husband if I could have a miniature shop, and he said no. And, well, we're devious as women, so as we can see, 2006, Berry Meadow Miniatures was born. And this is where we've come to. A lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, and I built it from ground zero. I'm very proud of it, very proud.
You told us a little bit earlier you used to be a paramedic. You were doing that for a while, and did your love for all your miniature work, did that give way in terms of your paramedic work?
At the beginning, no. Actually, the paramedic work actually took over my miniature life, and I think for about 18 months when I was training to be a paramedic, I didn't do much miniatures at all. I just got on the hype of saving people's lives and talking to all the unusual people that we used to pick up off the floor, literally. And over a period of the next 18 months, I remember thinking that there was something lacking. I felt lost, if you like. And so I then went, I might just have a little play at miniatures again. And it was like I was back home. It was just relaxing. And I realised that we need a balance in our life, and I had a work life that was quite traumatic, and I needed the balance of something happy and fun to do on the other flip side. So back into the world of miniatures. But unfortunately, the world of miniatures, I am really, really happy here. It's like I just don't exist anywhere else. I don't read the newspapers, I don't watch the news, I don't know what's going off in the big bad world. But ask me about miniatures and the chances are I'll know everything. And I found over a period of time that I'd get up in the morning and I know I was going to go and save somebody's life or help somebody, but all I could think of was the fact I'd rather be at my table creating and playing miniatures. One of the nicest doll's houses I own actually sits in my bedroom. And so it's the last thing I look at night time, and it's the first thing I see in the morning. I wake up and I look at my doll's house and I go, that's right, I'm off to the shop today. I just love getting new products in, getting it all ready, so when the people come into the shop, they get to see them. Some of my regular customers, I'll literally run to the door and say, come and check out what's just arrived. And I have so many ideas in my head that to actually put some of them to fruition and to tell other people and share how you do things. I have Harriet's house here, which I offer as a tool to teach other people how to do things. I'm self-taught. Nobody actually said to me, Lorraine, this is how you wallpaper. Lorraine, this is how you do electricals. Lorraine, this is how you cut miters. I plodded on and I worked it out. I made a lot of expensive mistakes. And I love the idea that I can actually help people do that. So every day I come to the shop, I've got no idea who's coming in. I've got no idea what they're going to say to me, what they're going to show me. I get to see their photos. I get to hear their tales. You know, I get to hear them say, I picked a doll's house up off the street last week. You should see it. And then I just help them. And that's what I love about it, just passing on all that information. And if you're passionate about something, you watch the person you're talking to. If I just sat here and said to you, yeah, it's miniatures, you know, you'd get bored listening to me. And I've found as well that I think because I'm so passionate, that people have actually started asking me to come and do talks to them. So I've spoke to the U3A group, I've spoke to the Lionesses Club, and I'm due to speak to the View Club early May or June. And you should see that. You should see their eyes when I talk about what's happening, you know. One gentleman actually said that's the best therapy session he's ever had and didn't even have to pay for it. So it's really, really awesome.